What it do? Kripple Krew. EDC with DBD. Disabled by Dadley. Here with another Saturday morning episode of Kicking It with the Crew. I'm going to start off at the top saying what it do to my brother Projectiles Are Sharp, aka Tristan. Remember Kripple Krew Wink. Ginger Fisher, remember Kripple Krew Wink, kicking it in early, also dropping them badass emojis. Stephen Parks, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Greg Vanderlip, also part of the early crew. Gabe Harlan, what it do? Gareth, what's up? My brother from a South African mother and member of Kripple Krew Inc., aka the longest continuous running member of Kripple Krew Inc. Gabe Harlan, I got to say, you know I agree. Yeah. What you got coming? I agree. Jim Miller, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's up, brethren? Clint Crosby, what's up? Let's get the party started. Ron Crow, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Good to see you. Neil Tadamak, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's up? Waiting on a mystery package and another bench made. Have the bug out and mini bug out. Now have a full size Osborne on the way and a mystery pack. Oh, very cool. Very cool. I'm gonna grab some lunch from the fridge. William Harbasso, member of Kripple Krew Inc., dropping them badass emojis. Callie, what it do, sis? War Room, the one and only original, very first member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's up? What's up? Scrolling. Kane Miranda, member of Kripple Krew Inc., dropping the badass Kripple Krew emoji. That's aside, homie, aside. Let's see. Still scrolling. All right. So for me today, I wanted to go with like a leather and brass or bronze carry. I got that mud. What it do, brother? Member of Kripple Krew Inc. My brother, how are you? I got the new leather wallet from Atelier Evier. I still can. I still don't know how to say it. But I got the new wallet. I've been carrying it. I just swapped out the cards for my fake cards. I kept a couple of old like room keys from hotels and such to play cards, but I really like it because you've got the cash slot. I can fit multiple cards up here in the front, and I keep two in the back. My ID and my most used card, easy to get to. Really digging this wallet. They see me scrolling, trying to catch me reading words, And then keep going with the leather. We are rocking the TRM Tag Along Fixie. I figured leather and brass go well with silk and cashmere. So we are rocking the newest Mad Yako Hank, the silk and cashmere Hank. And then we got the brass holy nerd. This is the heaviest nerd I've ever felt. And that doesn't make it heavy, but it makes it feel really good in the hand. This is Mrs. Deadly's, but I decided to carry it for a day with my brass County Calm executive pin. And then the bronzed Anno. Wish they would hurry up with the fixie drop. Yay. The bronzed Anno BB&M from North Mountain. Rocking that sexy San My SLD Magic Blade. And then for the budget knife, Tenable Eagle Strike. Great knife. And honestly, unless you are looking for the fancier materials, the Tenable Eagle Strike is just as good as the concept. The difference is scale material and blade steel. And I like the grip on the Tenable Eagle Strike more. Phenomenal EDC knife. Chilling in a man cave, oiling and cleaning all the blades. So I didn't get anything posted yesterday. I have more of the Blade Show West stuff that I need to get up. But I don't know how long we're going to be able to go today. Mrs. Deadly and I have really been under the weather since we got back. She's been worse than me since we got back from Salt Lake City. But I am definitely catching up. And today is the worst that I have felt. So I wasn't able to get any of my Blade Show West stuff up yesterday. But I do have some more stuff. Orbital Knives, Boikilo, McNeese, some more stuff that I'm going to get up. You carry your Tenable Fenrir more than your Concept Fenrir. You know, they're doing such a phenomenal job nailing the budget models that there has been several that I have preferred the Tenable to the Concept, which is crazy to me. Yeah, I thought about not. I did think about not, but lay down, put a movie on, drink some warm chicken broth. Yeah. After this live, I took my Mucinex and I got my apple juice right here. Hope you're doing well, Nick and F and Martino. Good to see you, brother. I want to do something real quick. It just feels like I'm swallowing razor blades. Oh, wrong one. Helps if I click the right buttons. Maybe. Come on. You're thinking about it. You're thinking about it. And Tenable Cryo Crossbar. That does look really, really good. I agree. Let's. Boom, that's what I wanted to do. Let's give away 5 members of Kripple Krew Inc. and see who gets it. We got Ken Faulkner, Thomas Wheeler, Sperona, Dirk Diggler, and Rick's Knives, all getting members of Kripple Krew Inc. Memberships to Kripple Krew Inc. Well, welcome to Kripple Krew Inc., y'all. That's kind of cool because Rick's Knives is who I spent time with at quite a bit of time with that Blade Show. Welcome to the new members. Good to see you. Any chance Vero Synapse XL? Mm. Yeah, vitamins, THC for sure. Getting a tag along. It really is worth it. I love the look at those badass emojis. I really do like the size and feel of it in hand. It is slightly heavier than it looks, which is good because it lets it just rest in your fingers perfectly. I keep thinking about putting the leather thong on, but I also, it just disappears perfectly into my back pocket with only about that much sticking up above the pocket. It's just enough to reach down and pull it out. I kind of like it the way it is, this small, and just having a sharp finger. Stephen Parks, member Kripple Krew Inc. I think I said hello, but just in case I didn't. Fred the Lug, what it do? Good to see you. Also, they have changed the TRM discount. If you use my code now, you get $20 off any knife and free shipping. So that's actually better than any of the discounts used to be on the tag along. Yes, and the Aries Bloom is just about perfect. I agree. I got mine right here. It's one of only two Ultim knives that I brought to Blade Show West. The other one I brought was my first Ultim knife that I purchased, my Hogue Deca, but almost the exact same length and blade length as oh, pardon me, guys. They really did nail the sheath on these. The only thing that I wish, and you could easily put your own, is a second spot here for neck carry. That's the only thing I think could have improved this. Is one more rivet so that you could do, have your chain come across the front here and just hang down like that. This has become my favorite to pocket drop lately, and typically in my back right pocket. It just drops down. You can see I've got the Ulti clip set for deep carry, so it comes all the way down, and with the edge of my pocket, it's about that much exposed, just enough to grab. Yeah, I was making sure I didn't miss you, brother. Like I said, I'm not feeling great today. Yeah, you don't even need a rivet, just a hole. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't forget you. Yeah, not a fixie person. See, I have become a fixie person over the last 2 years. I love to have a fixie on me at all times. And this one, yeah, I appreciate that, Nick. You know, it happens often when I travel. With everything that I deal with, I have a weakened immune system, but it hit Mrs. Deadly first this time. The way that they did this G10, it looks and even almost feels like micarta. And you guys know I typically like a low tip, but it just works so well for so many different tasks. I have been loving my tag along. Yeah, you know it's gonna happen. Any type of big show. Brando, what it do, brother? Brian White, what's going on, homie? Ah, come on, scroll up and say hello. Ow. Brian White, what's going on? Yes, I agree. It has that that Kydex feel when you push it in and it locks in. And I know it's not going anywhere. It might give a little bit of rattle, but it's not coming out with the way that they've wet molded that until I pull it. Hey, push it back in, and you whoop. When you push it in, you feel. Oh, I think I went past it. There we go. Yeah, you can hear that when it clicks in. Big fan. Been trying to be a fixie person, never can carry one. I was a fixie person years ago, then stopped. Don't know why. He was giving me a spew. Yeah, you know, a spew is what really got me into it. Yay, yay, yay. Got some fire broccoli. That's good. That's good. Yeah, you know, I used to get larger fixed blades, and they would be more of a biker accessory. Like, I would have folding knives on me that I use more often than not. But it's a biker thing to have a larger fixed blade, and just it's like you know, it's part of my uniform for a while. And then I got a spew, and I realized how useful an actual EDC sized fixed blade truly is. I don't have my spew anymore because I've given it away to get somebody else to start carrying a fixie every day. But that spew made me realize how useful a fixed blade of this size was. And I started carrying them on the neck all the time, but then started looking for some. I was carrying Scout with my uh, spew. I would carry that Scout carry in the small of my back. But then Lagata showed me how much I love to have it. I mean, I started it by carrying the Dust Devil and at appendix carry. And yeah, it's good to have something with reach. I've had to reach down and cut a bootlace before on an old bike with an exposed chain while riding, and having a large fixed blade really helped for that. But that's awesome. The Dust Devil, I started carrying appendix carry, and especially when Lagatha got here, that's when a knife moved into that spot every day. A spew is a cricket CRKT, small personal everyday Warncliffe. I'll pull it up and show you. Yeah, it's small personal everyday Warncliffe. Just like the Spit is a small personal inverted Tonto. No, I don't want to show a Shields link. I don't like no. Let's show a different link. I'll just show the CRKT link. Yeah, check it out. It's a great everyday warning. It's 3 fingers plus a lanyard. It fits into the hand really well. You've got this thumb wrap here. And then if you're using it in a pinch or utility grip, it is just perfect. Yeah, this is what got me to start carrying a fixie, EDC sized fixie every day. They're not very big. They come in 3-inch blade, 6 1/4 inch overall. If they had them in something other than 5CR, I'd buy another one probably. Kurt White, what's going on? Yeah, very, very freaking pokey. That's when I learned. Get a. Yeah. You know, I stopped riding with one for one reason only. When I joined a larger family, I didn't want, as I go by, anybody to be able to reach out and grab that because it would pull on my front brake and just absolutely dump the bike and the entire pack. So I quit. I quit carrying one, and instead switched to a pocket full of glass marbles. Make sure they're glass so that they shatter on impact. Steelies will keep your fingerprints. You use glass marbles, toss them up in the air. They'll do the same thing to a windshield, and they'll shatter on impact. But make sure you toss all of them. I knew a guy who had a car that was messing with him. He tossed them. The car called the cops, and the guy still had marbles in his pocket. No, if you use them, you empty your pocket. But I started rocking that instead of a get back whip. Plus, as soon as the whip is pulled off of your handlebars, it's considered a felony weapon. Depending on where you're at up here, it's because they tie it to gang affiliation. It's they go hard on the colored get back whips here. If it leaves your handlebar, it's no longer decoration, it's a weapon. So marbles, they disappear. I've only had to use them a couple of times, but if you need them, you're glad they're on you. Henry G, what up? Dragoon, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Definitely lost my marbles. So what's everybody carrying today? What's in the pockets? Y'all see my pockets? Oh, by the way, almost forgot. Homie Atelier, the website, this model is going up on the website within the next couple of days, but he does have other models, and he has like 90s thread colors, multiple leather colors. Alex Kerber, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? And you can use code Kripple Krew with K's, of course, all capitalized, Kripple Krew 15 to save 15% on any Atelier wallet. He hooked up a Kripple Krew 15 code. Carrying the Kershaw live wire. Yay. Yeah, I really dig the wallet. You know what? We're going to pull up his website because we'll share it real quick. Ramet Canyon with pumpkin stains I5T. Very cool. Went light today, just had the Mannix 2 and a cold seal verdict. Nice. Good carry, brother. Minus Pocus. We'll take a look in a minute, brother. Mud. I'm going to show the Atelier website. Shop for handmade wallets. And like you can do made to order stuff. Wallets, he's got all kinds of styles. Like I really like this vintage military style that you can get in different colors. But he also has stuff ready to ship. Well, looks like he's pretty low on ready to ship stuff. But if you order a wallet from him, these are all handmade, custom made to order. And like, you're going to be saving 15% on these prices. So you're going to be getting a really good price. I don't know exactly what this one's going to be priced at. This fold over style with the cash flap and the dual card slots. But I think it's going to be right around that $89 to $100 mark. So you'd be saving right about $15 off of it, probably, with code Kripple Krew 15. But I started carrying this after I showed it on Thursday Nights Live, and I like it quite a bit. I like it better than my last leather wallet, because it's a lot easier to carry cash in as well than this one here from Rome Leather, which I still really like, but this is definitely more just to carry like 4 or 5 cards. Beautiful work still, Rome Leather. But this one is about the same size, but it allows me to carry more cards and more easily carry cash. Top liner Lock Fenrir in Damascus arrives Monday. Yay, yay. You can get vibrant colors, yeah. Hey, what's here? What's here? Carrying the Vero Engineering Impulse Slim. Welcome to Kripple Krew Inc., homie. Kaiser Militant M390 and Camel Carbon, Artisan Revel, and Tie and Magna Cut. Yay, yay. It is absolutely not. Something I couldn't do. Tenable Button Lock Fenrir CDC Edition, CDC Salvation Fixie, CDC Hansen Tonto. Yay, yay. New TKL Agent 004, Olight Leatherman Wave. Yay, yay, yay. Andrew XM18, 940 Osborne, Benchmade Bailout, and the Jack Wolf Collusion. I'm catching up on these real quick. What it do, Jesse, my brother, member Kripple Krew Inc. Gonna take a ride to laugh and point at the No King's Fools. It sounds like a good time, brother. I'm gonna pull up these Instagram carries real quick. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here we go. First off, we got War Room with the Jack Wolf Collusion, Hinderer XM18, 940 Osborne, and Bailout with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Matt Yako Hank. Y'all know I'm not a Buckeyes fan, but I am a Matt Yako fan. And, generally a War Room fan too. I'm going to pull up Mud real quick. Rolf Robertson, member Kripple Krew Inc., what's up? The Dixon is gorgeous. Ken Faulkner, member Kripple Krew Inc., what's up? Welcome. Thanks to whoever gifted me the membership. Carrying the Dixon and the Fenrir. Yay, yay. Yeah, the Dixon, I got to check it out at Blade Show West, and it blew my mind how light it is. Really blew my mind how light the Dixon is for its size. And the action feels beautiful. Here's the knives. Mud was cleaned in and taken care of. We've got the Kaiser Drop Bear in 20 CV and Toxic Storm. We've got the North Mountain Blade Chop 2 in G10. We've got the Pickled Steel Capilavaro, Civivi Brazen, Tenable Anomaly. That's the new Ozark Grail button lock, the OG Ozark Grail, the Civivi CJRB Pyrite Alt in Ultim, Civivi Elementum, Civivi Mini Praxis, and the Kaiser Mini Sheepdog. Dude, he tested the Dixon cut like an MFer. It feels great in hand. It's everything about it. I really want one now. Daniel Smith, just skulking, perching like a buzzard, you might say. What's up, homie? The Dixon blew me away. And remember, one of the best places to score those is Lone Star Knife and Supply. If LoneStarKnife.com has them in stock, you can use code DBD and save 10% on a Dixon. Yeah, the nub knives are just insane. Oh yeah, you knew I was gonna nail those. Is that the new original too? I think you were the one that was talking about the original too, with that hollow grind. I don't like Ohio, Ron. So yes, I'm leaving you hanging. I'm gonna. What was I gonna pull up? What was I gonna pull up? I was gonna show something. Oh yeah, Lone Star. Love it. First flip. Yes, it had that first flick feeling for me too. It is amazing. Yes, I did see that, and I got to see some of those replacement blades at Blade Show. I did not get any content at the Vero booth, but did see them, and they were really cool. J1 Doobie, what it do, my man? We are going to take a look at Lone Star real quick because this has become one of my favorite shops because everything on here is USA made. And it's one of the only websites that you can save 10% on all of these US made blades. Microtex, Kershaw's, the Rivery Zero. You can get McNeese 10% off. You can get Tactile 10% off. TRM, Spyderco 10% off. Like, and I know he's sold out of Dixon's at the moment. I want to show, he's got nerds right now. You could save $22 and get this for less than $200. My favorite fifth pocket knife. Or you could get my number one knife of 2025, the Bulldog Rev B over here, for taking $26 off of that, getting that for $239 for my number one knife of the year. He has Hanks. The discount works on the Hanks. We're going to get all the way down to see if he has any McNeese in stock. Last time I looked, he had a couple of, okay, there's still the bolstered jig Mac 2 3.5. You can save almost $60. $60 on a McNeese. That they didn't have any discounts at the show. So it's cheaper to buy them from Lone Star Knife than to buy them at a show. Protex. You can get a Malibu, save 10%. Kershaw, the Bel Air, I can't speak. Kershaw Bel Air XL, $153. Regular one, 146 or 144. I mean, you could get Salt 3, 135, or a pair of 3 lightweight salt. Crew Carta, save $21. I mean, these prices are hard to beat. You can save 10% on ZTs. Not very many websites can you save 10% on these brands. You can get this for less than $200. One of my grails, less than $200. Awesome, awesome website. Lone Star Knife. Adventure Fitty. What's going on? I got to scroll up and all. Let's see where you at. When you got my Dixon absolutely blown away. Really like the new pinch grip? Yes. Saw Sog. Was buy one, get one? Damn. Why won't you? There we go. It was showing the Bulldog is my number one knife of 2025 so far. It is just too perfect in hand. I hold this and I don't want to let it go. And then that ding. I love this. Yeah, tactile too. The brands that you can save 10% on his website is nuts. There you are, Adventure Fitting, member Kripple Krew Inc. I did snag you some knife swag per your request. Yeah, Lone Star Knife and Supply. I'll drop my affiliate link. Actually, let me pull it up. He's such a good dude. And yeah, I mean, I like supporting small businesses. That is pinned now. His link with code DBD, which saves 10%. I did. I told you I would. Matt Moore, what's going on, homie? Good to see you. Yeah, he's funny as hell. I like him a lot. Yes, and he takes Sezzle. And so you can save 10% on American Knives and use Sezzle and support a small business that is only growing his shop through American brands. I respect the hell out of that. Mick, MF and Ranger, what it do? I don't either. I get it, but I'm cool with him building his name through American brands. Eventually, he may expand. Who knows? But he's newer. He can only grow so quickly, and he's doing it with the right brands. No, I get you. I get you. He could be bigger, but I also respect what he's doing. Yeah, I'm sure he could have signed on to get Civivis and stuff flying in his doors. But, you know, the stuff that he is growing with costs him a lot more in inventory. So it means he can't expand as quickly, but it also means that he is sticking to that ethos. So, yeah, he could sell a bunch of, I mean, I'm sure he'd sell a ton of Civivis and stuff too, but I respect what he's doing. Kneel to the Mac, exactly. Yeah, no, yeah, I admire what he's doing. He's not, he's definitely not taking the easiest path to success because he could definitely only bring in so much at a time until he gets bigger with the cost of this inventory. It is so worth it. He's always bringing new stuff in, and consistently, he's the same price or even sometimes slightly less than other sites. But again, it's one of the only sites that you can use 10% discount codes on all of these brands. Yeah, see, I have both, of course, and with what I do with the channel, I need to continue to bring both in and check both out. I definitely have been growing my own personal collection of American Knives a lot more over the last year. But there's so much fun stuff that the Chinese manufacturers are doing as well. And I gotta let the Kripple Krew know what's going on with what. Yeah, it evolved that way over time. Yeah, yeah, no, just like I said, in the last little over a year, I've really, really started trying to get a lot more American stuff. I've got in the next week should have an Adam Mike Irie custom hollow ground Adam with lizard skin tie on the way to go with my lizard skin set. I can't wait for that. Then I'll have the Neutron 2, the Atom, and the Bulldog in lizard skin. And then the pinstripe on the Holier Nerd. Very cool. TRM? Is that the one you want, Mud? You know, stuff like the Boston Psyop, stuff like this definitely makes me keep looking and keep expanding my collection with Chinese knives. But I do feel pickier than I used to. These are my first two Elmax knives. First, I got the Chavez, and then I picked this up at Blade Show. And I gotta say, this Elmax is pretty tough. I dropped this knife on my bricks outside directly on the tip. It landed like this on the tip. The tip is ever so slightly blunted, ever so slightly, but it looks perfect. The Rev B, yay. Favorite secondary carry, US made Gerber US 1. Oh, you found it. The one that you thought your chest took away. Yes, I really I've loved the Chavez look for a long time. Getting this one in hand made me really want to check out the budget version and a true frame lock red box version. Where did I put my, oh, is it in my pocket? Yes, it was in my back pocket on my left-hand side. But I love the look. And just so it has such an American look, even if it's made by Riyadh. And that's because it's customs, of course, the 228s, which would be great to have at some point. But now they've got in the blue label, you can get a Sanger, and y'all know I'm horny for warnies. So I'm going to have to get a Chavez blue label Sanger. But yeah, I want a red label now. So I asked, oh, that's not a good one to lose. The Orlock felt so good on the hand, in hand. Ride safe, brother. Need a full-size Chavez, have a couple RCK9, but want a full-size and or an integral. Yeah, my dream is an integral with a kickstop. I want a Chavez kickstop. I really want a Chavez kickstop just because. Yeah, the first production model was ProTech for USA, and I did check one of those out at Blade Show. I like the ProTech Chavez. It kicks like a beast. But you know, these are Riot made, just like the titanium frame locks. And so I asked him, who's doing the budget? Who's doing the X-Lock? He said, another Chinese OEM. I said, well, I figured that much. I was just curious which one. And he said, one of them. One Moon Collective, what's going on? Member Kripple Krew Inc. Good to see you, homie. Yeah, the Sanger, the blue label Sanger looks really good with the micarta and the liner lock. Oh, yeah. Got the ProTech Chavez. It is fantastic. It truly is fantastic. I almost bought one at the show. If they would have had any type of show pricing, I probably would have got one. But on that, it was just regular price. They only had show pricing on some of the special stuff. But so I was like, you know, I'm curious. You know, I knew it was Chinese made, Ramon. I'm just curious who's doing this. It's you know, feels good. He's like, well, I don't want other people finding out and taking up all of their machine time. And if I announce the name, other companies are going to take up a bunch of their machine time, and it'll be harder for me to get my knives made. So I'm not going to announce who the OEM is. I said, okay. Locks up rock freaking solid and feels great. So I'm not going to complain. He's like, does it really matter? I said, well, you know, when I review the knife, people are going to ask. That's why I ask. He says, yeah, just tell them it's a different OEM. I said, okay, no worries, Ramon. I do disagree with these shipping with the stupid clip installed and you having to put your own skull clip on. Now, at the show, they were switching them while you talked to Ramon. But at least when I went there, they switched mine while I got to talk to Ramon. Don't tell Dan Kinman. Does he get ticked off about not knowing the OEM? Yeah, I did. You know, it's the most EDC friendly Chavez design. I'm not going to complain about it. I like it a lot. Think it's decently priced. Bladed Ginger, what it do, homie? How are you? So I don't know, remember if I told you, I brought the Cardington with me to, he complained about pickled steel and not knowing the OEM. Most of the time it's Ramet. Byron, what's up? Quick like, I appreciate you. Mid-October Maniac, get her done. Hell yeah. Have a killer day, Byron. Thanks for popping in and stabbing that like button. Cicero, member of Kripple Krew. What it do? Oh, pardon me. Pick this as nice, XL, yeah. Trying to find the Chavez with rock titanium scales. I've seen a few different rock textured scales on I think it was renditions. But I brought your Paul Mills, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Yeah, Pickle Steel has always been open with their OEM. The kitchen knives are made in Taiwan, and so are some of the fixies. Remet's doing most of the OEM work on everything else. Making sure I didn't miss anybody. An old school scapegoat. Oh, yes. Ah, I brought your Cardington with me to Blade. And one, to show it off, of course, Bladed Ginger, but two, to give it to Darkwater so that he would do his magic on it. And he'd never seen one. I wanted him to be able to review it. I got him to take it because the guys at DEF CON booth, as you know, their English is very freaking limited. And he'd been trying to talk to them and get hooked up with them. And so finally, he took the catalog knives. Gotcha. He took your Cardington that I gave him to check out. He took that back to the booth, and after talking to them about what he could do to it, they agreed to send Darkwater a Cardington. So he's going to be doing anodizing on a Cardington. But then he came and slipped my back in my backpack, said he had one on the way, and I didn't think anything of it. He was supposed to take it home to anodize it. Now I got to ship it to him. Is that how she gets you to clean? She hides all your knives? Yeah, they so I still need to send my Cardington to Darkwater. But red aluminum with the black blade. Nice. I really preferred this one to the black and satin. Oh, colors. That reminds me. At Blade Show, they showed the next color of the Flytanium Light. And it is a bright red, and it looks fantastic. Fantastic. Let me see if they've got it up on the website yet. Pardon me. The new beef is up with the new color, and they're still after discount code $54. And now they have 14C, and nope, they don't have the red yet. No red yet on the website. It's coming soon. But now the beef has 14C and T8 hardware. And you can get it for $54 after discount. About 15 nights set out around to get set up for your first video. Very cool. I was going with a leather, a kind of a classic materials look with the leather, the silk and cashmere, and then the brass and bronze. Mrs. Deadly, sexiest member of Kripple Krew Inc., popping in to say hi real quick. She's at work right now. Yeah, she missed this whole week, and she finally went in today. Yes, this is your knife. She recognized that right away. Upgrade kit with the new blade and T8 hardware for $14. Yes, they are doing great things there, because you could even use the kit and save 10% on that. The upgrade kit. You can get it for $12. I am highly impressed with RK or I don't carry the beef much. Yes, I do like my beef. And I like especially the T8. It had to be, which they said that they never intended for it to be T6s. The prototypes showed up as T8s, but then their first orders all showed up as T6s. And that's the only reason. It wasn't intentional, they said. The concourse. I got to check this titanium front flipper out. This is so lightweight. I'm probably going to end up snagging one of these to do a review on it because I really, really liked it. The purple looked fantastic in person. Frame lock, milled tie clip. You've got, I don't remember if it has, yes, I thought so. It has an almost full length back spacer. And you can get it for minus $13, $117, $116 after discount. And they'll ship it set up. Oh, it did. This one already is set for lefties. That's right. But whenever you're checking out titanium knives, if you're a lefty, always click yes on ship ready for left-handed carry. But I like this green. I like the black. That'd probably be the one I'd go with. But what is the weight listed at? Because it felt really light. 3.1 ounces, 3.1 inches blade. And it feels even lighter than that. Yeah, I like this a lot. 14C, and it's only 120, or it's 126 thousandths. I like that they put all this stuff on here, the grind angle and everything, the sharpening angle. That's a cool knife right there. I like it more than I was expecting to when I got there. Later, Mrs. Daly. Love you. Guarded 3.5, 4.2, Mac Cat, high hardness, crib and gas 2.59, 22, common, sheepdog, purple. That's a lot out. Yay. So yeah, still got to get the S90V blade. They didn't have the accessories at Blade Show West, unfortunately. I was going to get accessorized on this and grab an S90V blade while I was there, but they only brought knives to the show and a ton of different cool stickers. We grabbed a bunch. I'd have to check it out again. I'd have to check it out again. I was looking at it, flipping it while talking to Josh and working him on getting an Arcade Pro sent in for review. So I wasn't as tight on it as I could have been. Great Southern Treadkill, what it do, homie? What it do? Hope you're having a killer day. Mama Loot, old school rocker, what's up? Good to see you. Yeah, for like, it was, I remember those. Yeah, the one, like you talk about the old school Lego stuff and stuff like that. The only ones are the My Drop Bear stuff that looks good to me. I really like the Nerf looking one. It's that I can see the knife. I just can't remember what model it is. It's a model that I've never actually reviewed. Oh, yeah, they've had a few. Like the Nintendo looking one was pretty cool. Yeah, exactly. I wish I could show you guys the red color that's coming. I like the red a lot. And on the new beef, I got the new green color beef coming to check it out. Thomas Wheeler, new member of Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Yes, thank you. The Feeweed. Thank you. That's one that I have never checked out. And Nate, this is still my number one budget knife of 2025. This is the top under $100 knife this year. And now the blade is over. This one is soon to start getting tie upgrades. Yes, they did do it. They did a whole Star Wars set with Feeweed and drop bears. Looking at it right now on split screen. Yeah, I'm still planning on going Joker with this one and doing the purple backspacer, purple tie hardware, purple tie clip, and probably the titanium with purple tritium inserts for the thumb studs. It's very freaking hard to beat as the top budget knife of the year, under $100. This surpasses the Vision FG as my top recommendation under a hundo. The top bang for the buck under a hundo. Adventure Fitty, have a good one. Take it easy. I do as well. I love the bright green. But they've also got a bright blue, the smoke black, and the purple, which looks great. And then the red that's coming is bright. The Finware, see? Let me grab it. Where I put it. There it is. This is the closest knife to it right now. As far as under a hundo, this would be the closest to the Arcade Light. I do wish that I made it back and grabbed the Ultim version of this at the show. I'm going to have to snag it now because I like the Ultim quite a bit better than the aluminum, even though I call this one my budget bougie bish. The Ultim has much better grip. You can lock in on it because of the blade shape, but the aluminum itself is kind of slick. I like this one quite a bit, but to get a shark lock and all of the accessorized options and Taiwan made, I would take Taiwan made Austin A over the Nitro V that's the standard offering on the Finrear personally. But this is a phenomenal, very, very close competition. The first one this year that I thought truly gave the Arcade Light a run for its money. And one that's come close is the Chavez. Yeah, it is a beautiful Damascus. The top liner is definitely my favorite. The whoop, that's me. The crossbar lock feels phenomenal as well. But I like the top liner lock. This I would be able to reach around a lot easier if this wasn't the aluminum, but it's hard to get a grip on the aluminum. Makes it a little more difficult on the front flipper. But the Ultim or the micarta, oof, yeah, fire. I can't. Yeah, the Ultim version is beautiful. Donzo the Clown, Donnie B, Donald Bless Knives, what it do? War Rooms Ripley is looking sexy, and I haven't even seen it since it's been blackened. And the field, give me the arcade out of the three. Yes. You know, I completely understand that. And that's why this would be the third out of these three. And it might, if I really stop and think about the budget knives from this year that I've reviewed, this might fall further down the list. Whereas currently, I can't see these two falling out of the 1 and 2 position. And I can understand somebody going either way with these. Like, I completely understand somebody saying that this is the best budget knife of the year. Yes, sure, you can probably, I mean, you can find better value than D2 and aluminum for $89. But if you like Chavez styling, there's no reason not to get a budget one. It is, the crossbar feels good. The D2 comes crazy sharp if you actually hit the paper without hitting the choil. And it's the most EDC friendly blade stock of a Chavez. And you can get it for $100. It's not going for the absolute best budget value. It's going for getting a Chavez in your hand on $100. Yeah, the banker lock. Take it easy, Mud. Love you, brother. Came around the 90 price point, but if you want to buy the Chavez, they are a good. Yeah, like I said, this isn't the best value at this price. But what it is getting a Chavez EDC knife for less than $100 with all of that Chavez style to it. And, you know, thinner, slicier blade stock, much lighter, just more EDC friendly for a lot of people. Now, I do prefer the 229 size to the street size. Like, I like the blue label better. Absolutely. But if you don't want to drop almost 200, you can still get yourself a really cool Chavez designed knife for a good price. Now, I will say, because I hit every crossbar lock knife that does this, I will say it's kind of BS that it is not reversible. I will say that because every crossbar lock should be. But if you're a righty, Psh. You guys like Jolly Ranchers? I like the strain Jolly Rancher. Is either the Arcade Premium or the Leviathan. Yay, yay. It's still a good knife. You do get the Chavez feel and finish, and you get rock solid bank fault lockup because they have properly designed the crossbar and the tang of the blade. The tang of the blade interacts perfectly with the stop pin. It's nice and tight in there, giving you crazy side to side stability. And then they did it right where the crossbar is your clothespin in the stop position so that there's nothing in the way of sharpening. I'm righty, but you know what? Typically, if I carry, you just want something on knife rights? Oh, shit. What'd you win, Jim? Because everything they had was awesome. Good D2 can hold an edge very well. Yes, a lot of my D2 is coated because for a budget steel, it is. I've never been a D2 snob. I have quite a bit of it. I like the edge retention of D2 and coated D2. I haven't had a rust issue. I use Mad Wax on my blades, but coated D2, I don't have any worries. So I get the better edge retention than 14C and a dope knife. Oh, you got to pick. Yeah, I'm always interested about the steel, Nick, but the steel is rarely a make or break to me. Unless I'm not big into the CR. Okay. 10 CR, I don't mind. 9 CR if it was cheap enough, but anything less than that, I'm not going to look at. I don't like 440 series very much, unless it's, buck 420 HC. I'll take that. But I'm not a big steel snob, and I've always had good luck with D2. Shit, D2 is what helped me start getting enough knives to be able to review. In the beginning was the price drop on D2 and 14C. Oh, it's nice to see somebody other than a rando win on MC. Ron Crow won on MC too? See, at $15, that's different. At $15, I'm not expecting 154 CM. On the Patreon draw? Hell yeah. Very cool. Congrats, Ron Crow. If you're still here, what'd you win? And that explains how it's not a rando. Pardon me. On the road to pick up her fiance and her friend. Transmission went out on her car. She's out of town. Appreciate you listening, brother. If Tristan's not saying hi to everybody, that's because he's driving and we don't want him to crash. Yes, seeing homies win is always great. I hate seeing randos. Illuminati MF and Ninja, one of the OG members of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my brother? What it do? Good to see you. How are you and Twisted Sis doing? Did I thought I missed somebody. Maybe not. One of Dylan Mallory designed artisan cutlery ornaments. Very cool. Very cool. Out getting cock and grabbing lunch for you and the wife. Yeah, yeah, get that caulk. Get all the caulk. Cheap pistol instead of custom fix. See, I guess it depends on the cheap pistol. This is the TRM tag along. Absolutely in love. Marianne hooked this up at Blade Show West. You know, I got to review one before, but I didn't carry it because I was using it for a giveaway. But this one is mine. So I have been carrying it. I love this sheath. Listen to this. You can hear it lock in because of the wet molding they do with the sheath. I've got it currently set deep so that only about that much sticks up out of my back pocket and it carries perfectly. I am a huge fan. This run is in Magna Cut and Forest. This one is Forest Green G10. Phenomenal feel in hand and so wicked sharp. So wicked sharp. Did I miss something? No. Okay. Back is killing you. Twisted's doing good. She's napping. Yeah, I tend to go live at her nap time. Love the people behind the companies. Originally was Knives. You follow? Yes. Yeah. TRM and Marianne. Oh, here's another one. Numb Knife Works. What is up, Nick? How you doing, homie? I hope Lindsay's doing well today, brother. Really hope she's doing well. And I'm gonna make you a mod just in case you ever want to drop your link. You can always feel free. She's doing great. Awesome to hear. Awesome. Yeah, we've talked quite a bit about the N1 and N7 since getting back from Blade Show. The for me, I'm all about the N1. I love them both. I love them both. But that blade shape of the N1, oh, it just does it for me. But we've definitely got some big N7 fans on here too. We're going to pull up. It's always ready to go. So let's share the website real quick. I still had it ready from the other day. The N1 Cornerstone. Late October, early November, hopefully. For this bad boy right here. Look at this. The DLC. Oh, this really got me going. I love this jimped section out here for my finger in a utility grip. You got some poonage here for the thumb. Perfect fitty choil. And awesome action on that front flipper. the blade hole with the double detent. It just feels right every time. I love the looks of this knife. I didn't want to put it down at the show. If these were for sale at the show, I would have got one. And the N7. You guys saw my interview with him. For some of you, the N7 is even sexier. I like them both. But I'm really excited to see what 2 through 6 are as well. That's not all luck. That's for sure. I'm just glad that something that started off so tough, such a horrible situation to have to deal with, turned into something so productive, and that people are so excited about. Yeah, the Cornerstone, that's the one I'm looking to see. Look at everybody's looking forward to checking this out, Nick. Most excited. Yeah, great design. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't call it luck. And it was really cool getting to see the progress, from the very first one you created in the garage with the springs in between to everything that it's become now. The EDC community is the best in the world, absolutely. And the Kripple Krew, I think, is the best family in the EDC world. Of course, I'm a little biased, but Terry 1931 Leatherworks, what's going on? Pardon me. We've been talking about this website a bit lately, especially after the Mad Yako loot box opening. That's awesome. Glad you like it. Double Wide EDC is our homie Terry, Tactical Terry 1931 Leatherworks, and Mad Yako. You can get the Hallowed Enigmas loot box right now. I just reviewed that. I absolutely love this packaging. I think these are so cool that I ordered one of the few remaining version 1 boxes. This is his V2. And for $60 or $80, oh, looks like the first one sold out. Good. I'm so happy for him. But for $60 or $80, you get 1 or 2 Hanks, Mad Wax, and then a whole bunch of EDC stuff. And you have good odds at scoring a knife. I think this is a killer idea. And I like the website for our brothers. Terry now has his bolt butter on here. If you want to take care of all of your leather, this is specifically designed for it. I'm sure you can use it for your steels and everything else. But, Terry, of course, focuses on the leather. His Orlock, I got to handle this at Blade Show. And I loved this version, but I really need to get this version. This bronze textured version feels so amazing in hand. Big shout out to our brother Terry on his first production knife design. So stoked for you, brother. Yeah, I like his Frankenstein logo quite a bit. I doubt he can ever get sick of hearing it. Yeah, it's going to be at the front of the line for a lot of people. Kripple Krew is absolutely the best. Yay. Lone Star Dowboy checking in from Turkey. Carry of the day, the Bruce Blades Enforcer. Nice. Take it easy, Bladed Ginger. Good luck on the housework. Tell the missus hello. By the way, I gotta pull this. Where did it end up after the show? Should be. Where did it go? After the show. Aha! Found you, Baba. One more again. I gotta bust out our brother Bladed Ginger's knife. The DEFCON Cardington. I love this knife. You got M390. You have full tie build with titanium backspacer and pocket clip, and then the leverage lock, the pivot actuated button liner. Awesome lockup. Great action and detent. One of my top knives of 2025, the DEFCON Cardington. Shout out to our brother Bladed Ginger. Hey, have a great day. Much appreciation for you stopping in, Nick. Give the family our love. Kripple Krew, very excited, my friend. Gotta have that bronze. Yes. Yes. Yeah, it's good. It's gorgeous, homie. I'm a big fan after getting it in hand at Blade. When I was back at the concept booth, uh he didn't know the show hadn't started yet, and he didn't think he was allowed to sell it to me yet. And when I got back later, it was too late. They was gone. But your knife did very well at Blade Show West, Terry. Kind of electric tool can I use to fine tune the acoustics on my folders? If you ever get an XL sent out from Vero brass scales, ooh. Would I be crazy to choose a steak knife set? Oh, that sounds like a very expensive just steak knife set. Don't carry brass stuff. Don't like the weight of it, Nick. It did, Terry. It did. I saw people handling it. It got a very, very warm reception. Very warm reception at Blade Show West, and I truly, personally dig it. I need to give me one. I just got to reach out to Concept, and when they dropped, they sold 228 in the last 9 days. I was like, that's good to know. That means fourth quarter, I think it's going to do very well. I think it's on a lot of Christmas lists, honestly, homie. Everybody that I've seen handle one has liked it. Eventually, you're going to have to do an Orlock XL, I'm thinking. I think it's going to be that popular that you're going to have to do an Orlock XL at some point. But I really, really dig it. Now, there are some knives, there are some companies like Boikilo that are specifically tuning for acoustics. And like they have knives that have a little tuning fork in them, which is just trippy. Yep. See, I started it now with the Orlock XL. Steak knives you would use all the time. My Carter, Brass, and Jade. Gotcha. Yeah, you rocked the my Carter. That's what I figured. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Yeah, see? Everybody likes that XL idea too. But seriously, don't let that hold you off on getting a standard Orlock because it feels great in hand. Very similar in size to a Clydesdale. That's a great comparison, actually, size-wise, is a Clydesdale. And it felt phenomenal in hand. I really did like just the standard contoured black in hand, but the textured tie, oh man, I like the bronze textured tie so much. Which one do you have, Mick? I can't remember. I don't remember if you went black or... The detent on this Gartington is just nutty. That's what, yeah, cold seal. Song Kramik Kukris. Is that what you do in Turkey? Is security work? I can't remember if we talked about that before. I think we did. Muskrat XL. S45. Ooh. Yeah, TCAL limbs seem to be phenomenal. Really love this Warney XM24 too. Nice. Damn, this feels so snappy. I always forget until I play with it or carry it again. Guardian blims are crazy good deals as well. I handled a few of the Guardians for the first time at Blade Show West, and they are as comfortable in hand as they look. Breakneck Blade. Oh, we got a new name. What it do, brethren? What it do? My new silk and cashmere, Hank, led me to go with some older material, old school materials today, with the leather and brass to go with my silk and cashmere. And I am so freaking stoked for my super high unknown version 1 box, and it looks like those sold out. Yeah, new name, new logo. Madiaco coming. He's coming for him. Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. It does look cool, and it'll make a great maker's mark. Breakneck blades. Okay. Yeah, folks, we just talked about it a minute ago. But don't forget, you can still get your Hallowed Enigmas box with all these goodies and a Hank or two. And well, it won't be the same. It's probably not going to be the same goodies. Like it's different stuff from different makers. But you're always going to have the number of Hanks you ordered, your Mad Wax, a bunch of goodies, and then a chance to win a knife, and the sick collectible packaging that I just freaking love. Be kind, rewind. This is the Holy Nerd. Now they're on to the Holier Nerd, which just has a bigger hole. The original Nerd had a blade cut out on either side, but it wasn't a full hole. Then they made the Holy Nerd, and then now they have the Holier Nerd. The Holier is just easier to flick. Yeah, Demonic did some awesome work on that. But this brass feels so good in hand. It's not, because the knife is smaller, it's not a huge weight difference on this small of a knife, but it is enough to feel really solid in hand. Mama Loot, have a killer day. Have a killer day, Mama Loot. Yes, I love the art on the boxes. I'm a big, big fan. And I'm looking forward to eventually having a full shelf of Mad Yako loot boxes artwork. Just set up like old VHSs on my shelf in my office. Really stoked for my Super High Unknown version 1. Daniel, it's worth it. The Nerd is my favorite fifth pocket knife, and even the Holy Nerd, once you break them in, work really well. You know, everything they do is on washers, so when you first get them, they take a little bit of breaking in. This one I have been flicking more, and it is already breaking in very nicely. For such a small blade. I mean, these are toy tolerances running on washers, and just my favorite fifth pocket knife. It's not quite that little big knife size of like a little native. I don't get that full 4-finger grip. But where I love this is in a utility where it is so comfortable. Or a pinch grip, also very comfortable using that choil and that tip. I love to use this to open up packages and stuff. And it's just that sexy. TRM, I don't know how many times I can say it, but they're my favorite knife company. Got this awesome pry bar, can't live without it. From a box, you mean? Oh, got a pry bar from a box. That's awesome. Yeah, I gotta get those micron papers. Normally, I just break them in the old school way. And I mean, now I've got this one to where it'll drop to my fingernail. And it's a light blade. I love the blade shape of the Nerds. This is why I wish they would bring the Shadow back. It was a larger crossbar version of this blade. I really want a Shadow in my collection. My next one will be my lizard skin Atom to the Mike Irie lizard skin Atom that I'll have in about a week to go with these. But then I gotta chase a Shadow. Yeah, I keep the troll candy in my knife cases. I put troll candies in my different knife cases and boxes and such. They take it easy, Rolf. Have a great day. They have become my favorite people. Yeah, exactly. It reminded me of going to Blockbuster or, you know, any rental store with the homies to grab a cool action or horror movies for the for the sleepover. That's what the boxes reminded me of. But TRM, Daniel, not only do they have some of the best manufacturing, they are such great people all around, from Marianne and Les to Iron to Christy, Karen. They're just all fantastic people, and they just keep getting better. This lizard skin on the Rev B blows the lizard skin on the Neutron away, even though this is gorgeous. The intricacy of this pattern is done so much nicer. And now the Atom, or the Auto, is even nuttier. All your washer knives are guillotine smooth instantly from the micron papers. Literally just picked up the shadow. That is my favorite TRM knife. Or, well, it was my favorite TRM knife until the Bulldog Rev B. But I still want a shadow in my life. Oh, dude, that's like you felt hella old school. That's dope. What it do, 304. That Auto is my absolute number one knife of Blade Show West. Barely beating out Numb Knife Works. But that TRM Auto is such perfection. Such perfection that I handled it. I went and handled ProTech. I went back and handled the TRM. And I didn't buy ProTech. I'm waiting for the TRM Auto. Pardon my, give me a sec. I'm gonna let the dogs out. I'll be right back. All right. Yeah. The kids hanging out and looking for what to watch on Netflix. Not nearly as cool as getting a ride to the video store or walking to the video store with your homies or your family and going through the aisles, looking at all the artwork and deciding what to pick. You still work at a video store to rewind all the time? No, I have not. I'm gonna have to pull that up right now. The Bulldog? There's no, it's the best knife on the market right now. The Rev B is my number one knife of the year so far. Yeah, I know. And most people don't like to sell theirs. Woobin E8 on Kickstarter. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Oh yeah, I'm gonna reach out to Woobin. I'm gonna get one of these. I am absolutely gonna get one of these. I need this. I need this. Yep. Any more pictures? Is that red Ultim? Might be acrylic, but comes with yellow PEI shell. I want. Oh, now I need that too. I need a fidget spinner to go with my flashlight. I might have to get that too. Shit. Yeah, I have to get one. Versus VCR. Do you remember when? Do you remember having a separate rewinder machine to prolong the life of your VCR? The separate machine, you'd pop the tape in, push it down, and it would just auto rewind. Yeah, I just saw that. I gotta have it. Frag version of the Neutron too. The frag version looks beautiful as well. They're tight. I even like their smooth, polished tie that they're doing. I think it looks great. The Neutron 2 is such a perfect EDC slicer. This was my most carried knife until this arrived. Now, this is the folder that gets more pocket time than any other. Of course, the first game I go to this year, we lose and have losses. No more home games for you for a while. Yes, yes. The VCR would rewind the tape. I get that. But they sold separate. They were just about just a little longer and wider than a VHS tape. You just put the tape in and pushed it down, and it rewinded it. And they sold it to save the motors on your VCR. Yeah, yeah. The just to rewind them. So I'm not allowed to say who, but I talked with a company, and an American company who already uses Ultim, who is about to start bringing us some red Ultim and green Ultim. I'm way more interested in the red. But yeah, once we went to DBD, it's just not the same experience now with digital as being able to go to a store and look for stuff. No one there to laugh at. That's good. Had one shaped like a sports car. Very cool. Yeah, I remember they had like the Ferrari and Lambo looks. There is an American knife company that is about to bring us, and it's not TRM, but is about to bring us red Ultim. I cannot wait. Yeah, that is acrylic, and it looks really cool. But this is going to be actual PEI Ultim. I am so stoked. Woo! And I really hope they pull it off well. With the company that it is, I think they will. But they aren't ready to make the announcement. They didn't have any of it with them. I just was looking at an Ultim model and I said, I really freaking wish somebody would do red Ultim. And he's like, okay, off the record, we have it coming. And he told me a couple of the models that's coming on. I'm pretty stoked. You know, I'm gonna have to get it. Yeah, you know I'm gonna be about it. But I want that Woobin flashlight now. I need to reach out to them, see if I can get them to send me one. I do have a new flashlight review that I can't drop until the 30th. That's the first thing I've ever reviewed that I've had to hold the review on. But that's when they'll be dropping is the 30th, so I can show it off then. Anybody have anything dope coming in this week? Or, you know, anything that you've ordered recently? Want to know what your new hotness is going to be? Really excited for the XL version of this after handling them at Blade. I really liked the XL Callisto. Yeah. I have not watched The Lovely Bones. RD Blade's coming soon. Ooh, do you have a picture you can share on Instagram? If you want, we can share with the Kripple Krew. Oh, what did Gareth send? Oh, yep. No, not gonna share that one, Gareth. Not gonna share that one. I thought it was a picture. I was like, nah, not gonna play that. Got a Guardian 4.2. Ooh, showed up. And your wife's eyes when she held it said, mine. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't have Facebook at all, homie. Yeah, I've only had one experience with Woobin so far, and that was them reaching out to ask me if they could send me a G5. And I carry the G5 all the damn time now. I use it quite a bit. Ordered an Olight Seeker 4 Pro. Nice. They had some really good prices on those. Yeah, I got that from Anthony at Blade. I was talking to him, and he hooked up a swag pack to put some stickers and patches and stuff in the giveaway and giveaways. And then he gave me a coin after BSing with him. Have a vintage CRK M16 Tonto on the way. Very cool. I still have one somewhere. Yes, the other side is the Cambria too. We might be able to find a way to work this into a deal if I can ever find something you want for that knife. And a snap-on Gerber Gator S30V. Whoa, that's cool. Have a whole list of knives made from 1990 to 2019. Cambria 2 is pretty sweet. I got a picture from Fred. Ooh, no. I want this. This is sexy. This is a beautiful custom, brother. Check this out, folks. Look at that. Oh my, that millwork is insane. And then that blade. Is that a finish or is this made with a ball bearing Damascus? We've got some more pictures. Oh, minimal front flipper and some nice juicy thumb studs. That work is just beautiful. Beautiful. We got a couple more. Look at that toy tolerances there. And I love that Damascus looking all through there. And we got one more shot of this beautiful blade. Look at that. That is gorgeous, Fred. Just gorgeous. It's a Nebula Damascus. Okay. Yeah, that is just nuts, homie. Yeah, the blade is beautiful, isn't it? What's up, Morgan? How are you, Darkwater? Member Kripple Krew Inc. How you doing, brother? Good to see you. What's the coin for in EDC? Just pocket art, pocket trash, challenge coin for, for a lot of us military guys like to have a coin on us as a nod to our challenge coin history. I typically carry my food, whiskey, and girls coin or my Lynch Northwest. I also have a couple of challenge coins from the local JROTC. And this one was one of the ones that they made for the shows this year. Ooh, nice. About time to go launch some broadheads. Yeah, it does have some quite. We have another one with Dragon Damascus. Oh, wow. Hey, Brando, you have a killer day as well, homie. Very fun. Yeah. Driving to drop off the last pup. But that's good to have them all out now. Oh, gotcha. Then to carry an Ultim bomb coin I had made for you. That's dope. That would be a sick coin. I don't know, honestly. But I do know that I've got to call this now. I'm really starting to feel like I'm about to hurl folks. And I don't want to be in here when that happens. So I'm surprised we made it 2 hours today. Hopefully by Tuesday's live, I'll be feeling better. But I really appreciate everybody hanging out today. I had a great time as always. Yeah, no, I'm going to get some chicken broth. I'm going to go drink some tea with honey for my throat as well. And hope I don't chuck. But I appreciate you all. Much love to the EDC familia and always to the Kripple Krew. Don't forget to support everybody's lives this weekend. I don't think I'm going to be able to say all of them. So make sure you follow the Knife Tube schedule and check out all the lives this weekend. Much love, Kripple Krew. Stay safe. Stay frosty. Most importantly, stay deadly.